Yeah. Playa T, that's me.
Now, I want to bring on a guy that's helping children bring up their literacy rate, helping children expand their minds, helping children grow and become entrepreneurs and make their own money and have fun doing it. We're really proud of having this guy on. He has a great game show for the kids that's been in the schools for the past 5 years. It's been funded by the Cleveland Foundation. How real is that? Mr. Mike Martin.
Everybody wants to shine.
You can't give this guy enough credit. It's awesome. Now, those of you, who are fans of ours, you've seen the video on YouTube. You've seen it up on our website. Serious business. For those who haven't seen it, he has a console like Jeopardy.
You went to school to learn, girl, things you never do before. And why 2 + 2 makes 4? Now, I'm gonna teach you.
Vanna White and all them, well, Vanna White ain't around no more, but you get the
Vanna
point.
Black now.
Vanna Black now.
It's Vanna Black now.
Vanna Black
I got
now.
a Vanna
You
Black.
got a Vanna Black
Yes,
now.
I do.
It's off the hook. It's a game show where kids compete in spelling and math challenges for cash prizes. Yeah. It don't get no realer than that. I wish you was in school when I was coming up. I wish you was in. It would have bypassed a whole lot of stuff for me,
Spellmaster program is the academic empowerment program for Vision of Change.
Right.
Vision of Change is the missus. It was an outreach program for children of incarcerated parents because before they could perform academically, they had other issues that had to be addressed. And because them folks, that's right, and because them folks downtown couldn't do it, my baby did it.
Now, now hold up now, but when Mike and his wife, because his wife is the Vanna Black he's talking about.
Yeah, she is, my
now,
Dee.
When they are in school and they're working with the kids, and you used to see these kids' faces. They're very elated, right? So all the other programs that come to the school to cater to the children don't want to be involved because they're not making no money. They're not making no money. This guy, Mike Martin, had the intelligence to appeal to them on a level that, can get them to concentrate and focus.
Because you got to understand.
Let me ask you, how did you come up with the concept?
Well, first of all, let me say, it's finally good to sit down with a real player.
Oh, man.
I'll say that first.
That's right.
I'm with a player now,
That's right.
so I can be comfortable and talk, right?
Yeah,
okay. Now let's kick it.
Okay.
Now, what was the question?
I was saying that the children don't want to be involved in no other programs when you come there because it's not as fun.
Okay.
And then, let's be honest, they're not getting no money.
Okay.
So where did you get that concept to do what you're doing at Spellmaster Time?
Well, as far as using the money is concerned, I want these kids to understand in real life, the more you know, the more you're worth. That's the bottom line. Especially when you hit that block. Okay, so that was the first important concept of it. But what Spellmaster does is challenge a child's spelling, math application, comprehension skills, communication skills, and sentence structure simultaneously with the emphasis on critical thinking based on Black history. Because there's nothing...
Based on Black history?
Based on Black history. Because there's nothing in the world that exists that we ain't had a hand in. So they must know what's happening. Because this is actually our world. Everybody else is just living in it.
Hold on. You mean to tell me somebody came on and actually told the truth and is actually telling the kids that?
And I really don't mean that from no racist standpoint or nothing like that. It's just that you can't name nothing in this world that we ain't had a hand in, or it just don't exist.
Well, let me ask you a question, Mike, because you just sparked my dump. Well, it's an emphasis. It's an emphasis on Black history.
Well, it's the emphasis on critical thinking based on Black history. Because all the critical thinking and all the critical things that go on come from Black history. Well, I mean, we can even go back to slavery. It took critical thinking to make it through slavery.
What? Well, hold on, y'all. Your curriculum is based on the school's curriculum. But let me ask you a question. With that being said, and it's critical thinking, and it's based on involved with Black history. The big wigs that fund you grant-wise, they don't have an issue. They don't take issue with that.
I don't think they take an issue to it, because if they look at what I'm doing and the outcome of where the kid's going to be, they're going to be where they want, taxpaying citizens. That's another reason why using the money. No, I mean, because...
Hold on. Go ahead.
Let me explain that a little bit, and I'm being serious.
Okay.
When I'm dealing with 3rd and 4th graders, and I'm in the room, and we running our drill, and I'm throwing down our money...
Right.
Over the course of the years of being in the program, the kids get accustomed to handling and talking about money. So when you get accustomed to something, you don't fear it when you see it. You don't fear it when you got an opportunity to get it. And for a child in the 4th grade to talk about $100,000 when he gets out of school to go at $100,000 is second nature, because he was drilled about it in school through me.
So what you know about that?
He's there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alice, your job. For 20 months, how the sales be reduced?
They divide in half.
That's absolutely right.
Easy as 1, 2, 3. All simple as do, re, mi, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, baby, want me, girl.
I mean, like most kids get a job working at McDonald's, they looking at their paycheck, $135 for the week, and they woo, 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 woo. Yeah. See, my kids, no, $135 an hour.
Yeah.
10 grand a week. Yeah. This is how they're thinking.
Right.
But it's like reaching for the moon, and if you don't hit the moon, you're still amongst the stars. It's that kind of concept I talk about with them. Like, for example, when we're doing multiplication, 6 times 4 is 24. But when I say it and when we drill it, is 6 times 4 is 24 grand. I got 24 grand and 6 of you. How much do you get a piece?
Oh,
so
okay.
They're used to that type terminology. So to sit in front of a boss at a conglomerate or to talk about at a corporation, to talk about $100,000 is not gonna fear this child.
Right.
He's gonna talk about
how you
$100,000
love
salary.
that.
Those are the kind of things. You
take pride in that, huh? Now, let me ask you something, because, I helped my niece to read from out the womb.
Okay.
And she's like an honor student now.
Okay.
I took pride in that.
Okay.
You obviously take pride in what you do.
Oh, without a doubt, because I'm working with a couple thousand kids.
Right.
And can I give a shout out?
Go ahead.
I give a shout out to the Cleveland Foundation. I give a shout out to City Works, Neighborhood Connection. I give a shout out to the block grants, because without them, really, I wouldn't exist. I also give a shout out to a couple of the hustlers out here in the hood. Why? No, I'm going to be real, because a few times I was doing programs up and down 105 on the churches, and we didn't have money to feed them. I went to the street to the hustlers and told them what I was doing, and they respect what I was doing, so they fed them babies.
What you know about that? Now, Mike, you've been in the schools for the past 5 years. Let's talk about that, because and then we got a partnership together.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to that.
We're looking forward to working with Mike. Mike needs exposure. He wants to go on TV.
And then I never got to work with a player.
I
ain't never got to work with a player.
I mean, been in the schools, how you love that, and so you're looking to get on, get more visible.
It's actually time to take it to television. For example, we got the comic book, coloring book, storybook series. We got the back to school supply line. Now check this out. With the coloring book, comic book, and storybook series, we're doing competitions in the schools, letting the kids come up with the storyline, letting the kids do the coloring in the competition, and let them make that 10 cents a copy when you're selling a couple 100,000 copies across the country. Let them babies make that money. Well, I graduated from Glenville in 74, class of 74. That's right. Car-blooders! I'm not hoping, I'm expecting someone like Steve Harvey, Arsenio Hall, my classmate, to see what's happening through being on YouTube, through you guys.
Oh, let's call him out again.
You know,
Let's call him
out. Okay, let's call him out.
Arsenio Hall.
Steve Harvey.
Hey, Steve, you owed me. You tried to clown me on the Apollo in Cali, man.
And Steve Harvey
made me drop the Sandman on stage, too,
Hey,
man.
and I was your classmate, man. So here go two brothers you know in the hood that's doing right, that needs a nice name behind us. We need a nice name behind us. So someone like Steve Harvey coming back where he grew up at and helping some brothers, help some other folks. Like they say, you stretch your hand. If we all stretch our hand out, we can help one another.
Well, I mean, hold on.
You know,
Hold on. If major people like Cleveland Foundations and Neighborhood Connections can sponsor Mike Martin for 5 years.
Oh, well, actually, the Cleveland Foundation, 5 years in the school, 3 years in after-school programs. I'm like 20 years in.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been doing this since 1993. Matter of fact, I started the program April 16th of 93, which was my birthday.
Hold on, let me put something out there. It's not just math and science challenges, school curriculum. You also, if need be, you will show up at the church.
Oh, we do it because it also has a biblical spin-off to it.
How real is that?
What the teachers like about it is they could take any curriculum, any subject, just what's ever going on in school, and drop it into my program, and then let me go.
How real
Let
is
me
that?
go in front of the kids. We've also do the family reunions, as far as the history of the family reunion and which family thinks they know the most about the family.
One last question. Where are you going with Spellmaster Time? What is the vision going forward?
Well, we're locally accepted. We want to be nationally known and internationally respected.
Get what you know about.
Then we'd be all right.
You know,